You're back at Meet My Pro. That's right. Today we're meeting Wade Maupin with ASI Insurance. He's not just an insurance agent. He's almost like an encyclopedia of insurance information. Before we left off, we were talking about specifically the things that insurance companies are entangled to cover or not cover, and how much information you get up front, making you aware of that so you can have an informative decision about it. No one likes making a decision on a policy. They get the damage, unfortunately, that comes from whatever happens, and then it's not covered to the extent they thought. So it's been really interesting and wonderful to hear how Wade makes sure that his customers get that full grasp of knowledge. Now, let's say you tell somebody all that, and you give them all the pros and cons of everything covered, and they say, Wade, that's fine, it's just not in my budget. I just need a coverage that's going to get me through. You're not going to fight them, and you'll insure them as well because you feel good about telling them up front what could happen.
Yeah, I just remind them what we've talked about.
Yeah.
I really want to get them that coverage, but I also appreciate the people that have a budget, and economics sometimes can speak. Look, I just want to treat people the way I want to be treated. And the average person doesn't know these things in the insurance business, okay? Nobody understands the policy. Nobody reads it. Unless you need reading material to go to sleep at night, you can get a policy on start reading it. But nobody does that. But if you just can't afford a couple of things, there's a couple of things we can do. Yes, we can take off an endorsement. Sometimes you can raise a deductible. Sometimes that'll help you. But if it comes down to economics and they really want to go with me, then we just have to compromise. We just talk about it.
And you do home, life, and auto.
We do.
And your company does commercial.
Yes.
So, you can get an answer for just about any scenario.
Everything. Yep. Everything.
And obviously, American Mortgage Bank does mortgages. But, if you have a question that doesn't pertain, perhaps you're renting.
Yeah.
He can still give you some advice and policy coverages on that. Let's talk a little bit about, you said how you like to treat people the way you like to be treated. Usually that comes from where you were raised and born and where you came from.
Yeah.
So what part of the planet did you come from?
Okay, up the road, Chillicothe, Missouri is my hometown. Graduated there a long time ago. Then I went to the University of Missouri.
Okay.
And go Mizzou. Last night was an awesome game, by the way. My third year there, I had an emergency appendectomy, which forced me out medically.
Okay.
So I moved to Kansas City.
Right on.
Ended up graduating from UMKC right here in Kansas City.
Go Roos.
Great school.
Yeah.
Had great education there.
Yeah.
And that's when I entered, after that, KCK Community College and went to mortuary school.
Okay.
Practiced that for 10 years and then got into the insurance business and was trained in various segments there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. And you mentioned family earlier. Is your brother in this industry as well?
Yeah, 31 years.
31 years.
Yeah.
And do you guys work in the same?
We do.
Okay, so it's kind of nice to be able to have that camaraderie to talk about stuff.
We call him the Godfather because he has a wealth of knowledge in there. I'm the sales guy and he's the knowledge guy.
He's the Oz. He's the Oz.
Right.
That's fun. Obviously your career is important, but there's reasons why you have your career, and it's for the whys. What are your whys in your life? Tell us a little bit about what you like to do when you're not trying to help someone get coverage.
Oh gosh, I like to be outdoors.
Okay.
I love to play golf.
Okay.
Most insurance people do. I do. I have since I was 9 or 10 years old. I love to snow ski.
Okay.
I love to go to Colorado and snow ski.
Okay.
And I'm an avid reader. I read all the time. Morning time, I love to get up and just read a couple of chapters of something and then start my day that way. It kind of gets my mind going and gets me wound up to go to work.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And I don't read just insurance stuff. I usually read something other than that. Unless it's an update.
These pamphlets are mighty.
Yeah, I just scoot all that aside.
This pamphlet's sci-fi.
Read a good book.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your family. You're married?
I'm married. My wife's name is Christy.
Okay.
We've been married since 2019.
Okay.
And you talk about a great challenge. 2019 was a great year. We got married, and then all of a sudden the world shut down with COVID, so we were cooped up together for a couple of years.
Oh wow!
And so that's where we got really to learn about one another and make some goals and plans and those types of things.
Sure.
And she has a daughter who's a doctor of physical therapy here in Kansas City.
Wow.
And then I have two boys. One's in San Diego that works for Marriott Hotels. And then the other one here works for Garmin in Kansas City.
Very cool.
We spend a lot of time with our family. They're very important to us. My wife is a gardener, and so our yard is landscaped and flowers.
Oh, wow.
It's
Must be beautiful.
It really is beautiful. So she's the brains behind that. I'm just a worker.
Right on.
And last but surely not least, my wife and I are really, really good cooks.
Okay.
And so she calls me the sous chef, and so, but we're both really, really good cooks, and so we plan meals weekly and really have nice things to eat. And she's very health conscious, so we eat very good meals.
Man, you got a great combination there at home.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it's been a real gem of a conversation that I've had with you, Wade, and I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do for customers. I appreciate you coming into the program. Again, if you want to get a hold of Wade Maupin, don't hesitate. He'll pick up the phone and return your call about insurance information. Doesn't mean you have to use them, although we want you to. He'll give you multiple quotes. He'll be there from start to finish. He doesn't hand you off to people, and you'll appreciate his real tenure in giving you answers. So you can reach him at 816-308-1641 or drop him an email at wade@asisaves.com. That's ASI.com. And he's in the Kansas City metropolitan area. Missouri and Kansas is where he's licensed at. And if you need a mortgage, you know where to get a hold of us. American Mortgage Bank in Gladstone, same number for over 20 years, 816-777-1515. And remember, if you know someone out there and you got a question, just ask them if they're a pro. We'll see you next time on Meet My Pro.